I want justice, and justice needed to be served because they knew that man needed to go to the hospital, but they chose to do the wrong thing, and they took a man's life. I don't care what he did in life. He didn't deserve to die like that.
Say they gonna pay because they killed my child. All they had to do was take my child to the hospital. That's all they had to do. That's all they had to do. But they didn't.
Lord, as we come before you today, Lord, we just thank you for this celebration for Dink.
On Saturday, September 3rd, 2017, the family of Robert Sharp, aka Dink, gathered to celebrate his life and speak out on the alleged cover-up of his death.
I might not get justice today, and I might not get it tomorrow. But before I leave this world, I'm going to get justice for mine.
Justice for Dink.
I'm going to get justice for mine.
I spoke with his mother and sister to get an understanding of what led to his death and how Cuyahoga County Jail could have prevented it. But first, let's hear some of the fond memories family and friends had to say about Dink.
But I had a nickname for Dink. Don't take this the wrong way, but it was Crack Man. And it wasn't because he hustled. It was because he didn't wear no drawers. You know what I'm saying? He didn't wear no drawers.
He loved animals.
Yes, he did.
He loved animals.
We ain't paying no attention, you know what I'm saying? We just chilling, you know. We go in the house, and it's just a weird coincidence that the TV show was on. We was watching airplane repos. So, you know, there's repoing people airplanes. So Dink stretched out on the couch. I'm sitting on the couch. So we watching them repo people airplanes. And I look out the window and I see Dink car riding down the street. I'm like, Dink, man, who in your car? He like, quit playing. I'm like, man, that's your car, dude. He look out the window, the black truck was the repo man came to get Dink car.
And he always told me, say, Pot, don't worry about nothing because I got you. And I miss him. When he went away, it's like half of my heart went. And I just ask that we get some type of closure.
I named my son after Dink, not completely, but I, just in remembrance of him. They know him as Uncle Dink. That's my brother. My wife love him, and no matter what, it ain't nothing that he could do wrong that'll be bad in my sight. He always had my back, and no matter what, he always had my back. So I'm gonna just try to keep being close to his family and do what I can do to keep his memory going. And I love him no matter what.
That is my brother, my only brother. We had a bond so crazy. No one understood our bond, and it wasn't for no one to understand.
In July of 2017, Chief U.S. Justice District Judge Patricia Gaughan found the Cuyahoga County Jail not liable in Mr. Sharp's death. She wrote that, rather, the evidence shows that they acted appropriately under the circumstances and given knowledge that they had, found no wrongdoing on behalf of the Cuyahoga County staff. This is an inaccurate statement because the guards thought Mr. Sharp hid heroin in his rectum. With this information, the staff didn't take the best procedure to detect the heroin. They did an X-ray scan, but not a CT scan. A CT scan would have revealed the heroin. CT scans are commonly used to expose drug mules and are the best method to do so.
Don't give him the ball.
They refused to give him medical attention. Now, they said they did everything that they were supposed to do and everything, whatever. Now, they said they knew he had heroin. Even in one of the newspaper articles that just came out, they said they knew Robert Sharp had heroin. So if you knew Robert Sharp had heroin and y'all gave him this medicine and he didn't use the bathroom, why wouldn't y'all send him to the hospital?
In a study by the Radiological Society of North America, to test the best way to find drug mules, 89 exams were performed on 50 suspected drug mules over a 3-year period. CT scans detected cocaine containers 100% of the time, while the X-ray method only revealed 70% of the time. The CT scan can detect better than the X-ray due to an overlap of intestinal air, feces, and other dense structures.
They knew he had it. They refused to do what they were supposed to do as medical staff to make sure that my brother was fine and okay. I got to my mother at 12:30. That's when my mother found out her child was dead. My brother, they said they took him to the hospital and they pronounced him dead at 6:37 in the morning. Or whatever, I was 6 something. So from 6 to 12 something, y'all didn't try to contact this man's mother, this man's family. Then when they told me there wasn't nobody hurt, going to jail, or dead. So they lied to me off the top.
Cleveland.com reported that guards told the nurses that heroin was found in Sharp's pod and that Sharp hid heroin in his rectum, the lawsuit says. While a CT scan would have shown that Sharp had ingested heroin, the nurses performed an X-ray. The medical staff cleared him because the X-ray did not show that Sharp had ingested any drugs, according to the lawsuit.
He sat in that hospital from 6:37. He sat in the hospital from 6, whatever time they got him to the hospital, to 9 something, till the coroner came and picked him up. Why do I think they're trying to cover it up? Same reason why they cover up everybody else's death they do. He the bad guy. He was nothing. He was just another nigga that's off the streets. One less nigga they had to worry about. To this day, the county have never called her and let her know that her son was dead. To this day. If I wouldn't have got to her before the news aired, she would have found out from the news. Somebody called me on my way to tell her that her son is dead. And told me my brother was dead, which I had already knew because someone called, you know what I'm saying, and my attorney let me know. The attorney that was handling his case that he had at the time.
All precautions should have been taken given the fact that heroin shouldn't be smuggled in jail and can potentially lead to death.
Now, I don't want this to happen to no one else's family
Somebody
member.
else's child.
That's what I don't want to happen. You know, I mean, it's unfortunate because it's not, we can't bring Robert Sharp back. I couldn't save Robert Sharp, but I can save somebody else's family member.
Amen.
By speaking out and letting them know this is what the county doing to these people. They letting these drugs get in these systems. First of all, they said he smuggled the drugs in, which was not true. He went from jail to jail. How did that happen? From jail to jail, he was in the other jail that he was in for a month and then went to the county jail. So there's no possible way he could have smuggled anything anywhere. Because honestly, the 2 other guys that got caught with it, they gave them medical attention. They made sure they were okay. But the old poor little black guy, they sent in the cell to die by itself, alone. They're not trained to handle anyone that's overdosing on any type of drug. One person said they when they went in, he didn't have a pulse. So that means he was dead, right? So they said they did CPR, they couldn't get a pulse back, so he was dead. Why did y'all move his body? Why did y'all send him to the hospital? For what? This man was dead. So what did you send him to the hospital for? So now I feel like not only did y'all let him die in his cell, not only did y'all refuse him medical attention, y'all abused the corpse to try to cover up y'all shit. Sorry for cussing, but it just is what it is. Now y'all abuse the corpse to make it seem like y'all did all y'all could to save him when it was too late. The coroner is for dead people, right? Okay. The coroner went to the cell. When the coroner got to the cell, my brother's body was gone. And my brother's body was in the hospital. So why did the coroner go to the cell and not the hospital?
Despite this surveillance, Cuyahoga County Jail a year and a half later after the death of Mr. Sharp had an inmate overdose inside the jail. Although the inmate lived, many wonder how drugs are still finding their way inside.
Now, guess what they got now? After my brother died, they got cameras. They have the whole body scanner now where you sit on a scanner to see if you smuggled anything in. They didn't have that then. Y'all waited until a man died in your cell to supposedly smuggle drugs in to get all of this taken care of? Nah, you should have been done that. You know it's an epidemic in Cleveland. Why wouldn't y'all already have this situation taken care of? Why do a man have to die for y'all to get cameras? Why do a man have to die? Someone else just died down there a couple months ago. I just found out a lady just died down there maybe, a month ago. It's okay for these people to go around and not give proper medical attention to people. That's not right. These people that go, people make mistakes. You can't not, because they made a mistake, treat them different than you would treat someone else that didn't make the same mistake that they did. You can't do that. That's what they got in the news, that he was a heroin user, and that's not true. Even the coroner said out his mouth, you can tell he was not a person to use heroin. He never had a bowel movement at all that day. Never had one. So when this man didn't have a bowel movement, why wouldn't y'all send him to the hospital? Come on now. I don't give a hell if he didn't tell y'all he had it, but the signs with him telling y'all that he is sick, y'all didn't think to send this man to the hospital? So that wouldn't give you signs to send this man to the hospital? If he's nodding off, he drifting off, he's sweating, his skin texture didn't change, and y'all don't know this man need to go to the hospital? And they try to make him seem like this bad person. Oh, he was in jail for vehicular assault. So, that didn't mean he needed to die. That don't mean refuse him medical attention. So, you still got so well down there for chopping up eating people, and you're still making sure he all right. Oh, so y'all choose who y'all gonna take care of?
Dogs, lizards, snakes, squirrels. He loves animals. And wherever he went, he never met a stranger. Never met a stranger. And if you met him and you needed his help, he would have gave you a helping hand.
In conclusion, despite the ruling by Judge Gargan, the family will continue to fight the case. In a time where police officers can kill unarmed citizens on camera and not be charged, likewise, Cuyahoga County Jail, being an extension of the state, will do their best to neglect responsibility in part of Mr. Sharp's death that they could have easily prevented. Stay tuned for continued coverage on Melanated Media News.